Hey, Alan here for Old English Outfitters. So today we're taking a look at the Galil Ace. On the side of this it says Galil Ace SAR. Now SAR typically stands for short assault rifle. And there is a variation of this that is kind of exactly that. But this is the pistol version. Pistol version here in the United States because it has a shorter than 16-inch barrel and a brace, not a stock. So it is the Galil Ace pistol. Caliber. They make these in a few calibers. The one we had here that we tested this morning is 7.62 by 39, the old classic Russian caliber. We put a holosun sight on top of it, shot it a little bit. Very comfortable gun to shoot. Recoil is pretty negligible out of this. It's heavy enough, and that caliber doesn't generate a ton of recoil energy anyway, so it's pretty comfortable to shoot. Uses standard AK mags. Comes with a Magpul 30-round AK mag. Now, we tried a couple other AK mags in it. A metal European-style AK mag worked fine. We had another aftermarket AK mag that worked, but you had to pull the magazine latch forward a little bit to get it to latch. So there's so many AK mags out there, so many people make them. Sometimes you find little variations in dimensions here and there, so you just got to try it, see if it works okay. It functioned fine. We shot it, no problems functioning. You had to be a little careful latching it in. Like I said, if you pulled the magazine latch forward, it worked fine. So this has a brace on the back of it, like a lot of weapons like this do, but the brace is a little bit different. It does not lock in that furthest open position. Just doesn't. Doesn't have any intermediate positions. Right there is where it actually latches. It also folds sideways. The folding mechanism's over here. It's kind of simple, but it's kind of tight. So you just got to push it, get it unlatched, and then that will fold sideways, like so, which makes it very short, compact, easy. Doesn't latch, doesn't lock in the closed position, locks in the open position. On top of the latch mechanism for this, there's a sling point. So that's kind of handy. You'd use a single point or mated with something else for a standard 2-point sling. There's also, by the way, in the back of the brace, there's a plug-in hole back here for the little push-button sling swivels. Goes in there. The pistol grip is, again, this is an Israel Weapons Industries weapon, so it's a combination of made in Israel plus in their facility over in Pennsylvania. The pistol grip's not bad. It's kind of dished in. It's very small up here at the top. Not bad. On top of the gun, we have a full-length Picatinny rail, so you can put whatever sighting system you want. Like I said, we put a holosun up there just to try it out this morning. You could put iron sights up there, any other kind of combination sight you would want. The safety on AKs typically, because this is basically an AK action, is what it is. It's that piston-driven Kalashnikov action that's so famous around the world. It's kind of an Israeli variant of it, but basically that's the guts of it. That's the heart of it. So the safeties on these things are typically over here on this side, and they're right there, and that's where this safety is. It's not nearly as large as most AK safeties. It's fairly small. You got a little tab right there that you can reach up and actuate it. But, and this was a feature of the original Galil rifle that Israel had way back when, it also has a safety over here that's very easily operated with your shooting hand thumb. And it just pushes forward to fire, back to safe. So it's a very, very easy system. It's safety on both sides. If you're a right-handed shooter, you could run it from this side by putting your shooting finger up there, trigger finger. You could run it with your thumb on this side. Either way works. On this side of the receiver, we have the ejection port. On this side of the receiver, we have the charging handle. And we have this, which is kind of a floating dust cover. When you rack it, that dust cover just slides right out of the way. And then when you close it, it slides right back up. So this stays somewhat, there's a lot of space in here, so it helps keep crud and stuff out. But because of this dust cover, you can pull it down, kind of see in there. It keeps stuff out of there. Top cover on this comes off like with most conventional AKs when you're taking it apart. Up here on the front of the gun, we have an M-LOK forend. So there's M-LOK accessory rails on the bottom and kind of all around this, so you could add quite a few things up there if you want. Standard flash suppressor up front, closed on the bottom, vented on the top and sides. Again, very comfortable weapon to shoot. Not a heavy recoil energy at all. Decently accurate for the range we shot it at. This sight was not zeroed, so it was off a little bit, so we had to play a little Kentucky windage. But when you did that and you held consistent, it put rounds right where you wanted them to go, so it's pretty cool. A little bit of flash off the front. You're shooting a round that was designed to work in an 18 or 16 or 18 inch barrel, and you're shooting in a barrel that's about 10 inches, I guess. So you're going to have that. AK magazine release down here. So the way this works, we're used to AR mags that go straight in. AK mags don't go straight in. You got to hook that front and then rock it in like that, and that latches it in place. Taking it out, thumb here, magazine there, out comes the magazine. So it's not too difficult. Again, make sure whatever magazine you're using works efficiently like the Magpul mag does, and you'll be in good shape. Does not hold open the bolt on the last round fired. Does not. Most AKs don't. You can lock AK bolts open very often, depending on how they're designed, but this one does not lock open on the last round out of the magazine. Doesn't lock open using the magazine follower. And again, that's not unusual. Most AKs do not. Really fun little weapon to shoot. Not cheap. Price point approaches a couple $1,000s these days. We've had some of these. They sell. They're popular. And always, of course, check with us for price and current availability, because all that stuff changes, right, from time to time, especially in the world we're living in now. AKs that have light stock assemblies or rear end assemblies tend to feel a little muzzle heavy. This does a little bit. You've got some mass back here, but it does, especially with a loaded magazine, does tend to feel a little bit front heavy. Not horrible. Pretty easy to control in rapid fire or in slow fire. So a lot of fun to shoot. And guns like this, one of their major purposes is they're fun to shoot, and this one is. Right now, if you can still find, we used steel case Barnaul ammunition in this, ate it all with no problems. Should work just fine with just about any standard spec 7.62 by 39 round you come across. Neat little gun, lots of fun to shoot. Could you use it for serious business if you had to? Sure you could. It's a proven caliber, and the Galil using the Kalashnikov action is a proven, very reliable action. So there you have it, the Galil Ace SAR pistol configuration, legal for sale here in the United States. So if you're interested in them, check them out. Come pass a visit or give us a call. We got a few of these in stock here at the moment. Okay, well, that's all we have for today. We appreciate you watching very much. Thank you. I'm Alan for Old English Outfitters.